welcome to Gatekeeper Media's coverage of the Discraft's 30th CCR Open final round. We got a barn burner for you today.
Chandler, I'm excited. We're here at the Renegades Trail Course. It's a little more open compared to our tightly wooded course we played yesterday at the River's Edge. We had some pretty hot scores over there that I was really impressed with. 13 down coming out of GT Hancock.
Yeah, if you weren't shooting double digits yesterday, you were falling behind. We got GT, Randy, and Andrew Marwede all tied up in first place at 18 down, followed closely by Michigan local Kyle Williams at 17 down. They're looking to shoot some hot scores today and take control of the card.
And even a quick look at our leaderboard, all the way down to that T7, has opportunities to, come back and push for the win here with this course with a good double digits round. Taking a look here at GT Hancock's bag, though, putting that PA3, throwing the M4 and the M2. We're probably going to see some bigger drivers here today, whereas yesterday I would assume he was throwing some of those fairways in the woods.
Yeah, then we got Randy Dueck, a lot of Innova in his bag, a lot of rocks, rock threes. He's got an ape. You don't see apes very often.
You don't see that disc anymore very often.
Nice overstable distance drivers, fun to see.
All right, and we got Andrew Marwede. No surprise here. He's got that steady. He's going to be hopefully throwing that in from all over today. I'd be excited to see some big, maybe 50 or 60 footers out of him. Obviously, he's going to be throwing those hurricanes as well, but we're really looking for that butter out of him.
Then we got Kyle Williams. Not that many discs compared to his card mates, but throwing mostly Innova. He's got that Boss flying, Firebird, Sidewinders. Good mix of discs in his bag.
But let's get right into it. Hole 1 here, 354 feet. Players are going to need to throw a shot that moves right to left. I think the low skip shot is the best play. If you have the power, though, the high hyzer is in play.
Did you see that little animal by the basket? Was that a squirrel?
I think it's... I want to say it's like a woodchuck or something.
A groundhog or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, GT Hancock. Awesome player out of Texas.
Nice
Fun
shirt,
to watch. Oh, yeah. Good all-around game. Just a really cool guy, too. It looks like he's going that low gap. Psych? Oh, no. That is low.
He psyched me out, too, though, for a second. I'm not going to lie. And as we see, pushing deep there, that is about the only trouble on this hole unless you go really early, but going deep is the problem.
Randy Dueck from Belize.
Yes. I've seen him a couple times on tour now this year, so it's fun to see him on a lead card here, final day.
He was telling me he was really excited to be on video coverage so he can show all of his buds back in Belize what he does. Because they don't have a lot of courses over there. They don't have a lot of exposure to disc golf, and so this way you can send him the video and they'd be like, oh, this is what disc golf is like. So he was pretty pumped to be on a Gatekeeper. And Marwede. Watch out for that sign, bud.
Non-James Conrad approved pen. I like this line better.
It's kind of funny. A few years ago, everyone was taking the high route. No one was even considering the low route. But I think the branches have grown out a little bit. And that forces people more to take the low route. Here we have Kyle Williams. He's been making a splash in the Midwest. Playing some good rounds. Finishing some good tournaments. I like this line.
Oh, that's going to be a pretty good one as well. Getting him inside circle 2. Oh, wow. And
GT by the woodpile.
Yeah, he got way down there.
I thought that was OB, but apparently no.
It's not OB this year. I think there was OB back there last year, though.
I think there was. Interesting change to take that away. GT finds himself a little bit past the basket.
I did like Randy's line. He just was a little low. If it was higher, I think he would have had a really good look.
The angle on the shots were decent. They just didn't have the power needed to get to the basket.
Andrew starting early, getting the lone birdie on the card with what looked like about a 35-footer.
Yeah, and taking the lead. Taking control on the first hole.
That's really what you want to do on Championship Sundays. Oh, no. GT missing low and rolling away. But that's really what you want to do is you want to get out in front early and just kind of keep the lead and just watch them kind of fall behind.
Yep. Just make the other players in your card have to do something, you know. Just do what you do, play your game, make your friends on the card, make mistakes. Hole 2, 600 feet, par 4. Gotta navigate through this tight tunnel and finish right, hopefully somewhere in this open area. And the basket is located through this tight little gap right here in the midst of the Michigan jungle. You can see a lot of sidearms, a couple backhand turnovers, or if you're me, a thrower straight out of bounds left. I wouldn't recommend that. But that looks like a good spot. Should have a nice little hyzer approach to the basket.
I think if you have it, the nice 350 chip sidearm is the one that's going to give you the least amount of trouble and also put you in a good position to get up and down.
Don't do that. Okay. It wasn't as harsh of a thrower as what I did.
You almost had some announcer jinx going on.
Yeah. Sorry, Randy. Perfect. I did save par, though. So,
Nice.
yeah, that's something.
It's quality.
But you want a birdie on this hole. Yeah, GT, rough start. Didn't seem to phase him too much off the tee. That's pushing almost a little bit too long left. He might be approaching that area where he has to go backside to the basket. He's a little pinched. That shot was unbelievable.
See what you did there?
Hey.
Nice. Nice.
Sorry, that's
You got any other ones? Should we get them out of the way early?
That's
Or?
the last one. I apologize. Pushing the back wall a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Liking the pink shorts. Look at that skip.
Oh, and that is a perfect spot to start your skip. Nice and
done.
low.
Oh, GT still has the hyzer approach. He is not too long. Good angle on that. Good checkup.
Oh, yes. That's that perfect range. If you can get it to skip right at the beginning of this mouth here, it skips right into the side of the circle as we saw in those last two.
And as you can see from the flag, there's not much wind today, so it is shreddy Sunday. It is time to go get some birdies, put your mark on this round, because there's nothing stopping you except your own brain.
And that can be pretty troublesome
Yeah.
sometimes.
Very much so.
There we are.
Let's go, Randy.
Another one. Gonna have our first star frame of the day. As we see a tap out from GT with the bag on.
I was hoping you didn't jinx him there. Man, scary.
Not that close. Here we are at hole 3 though, 810 feet par 4. OB lining the right and left hand side. Players are going to want to land right in about this area somewhere so they can attack this very treacherous green. It isn't a bowl, so you have the ability to try to land in there and have a little bit of a backstop. But a very hard par 4 here on the front nine. And as we see Andrew turning his disc over out of the hand, and
It's a really hard par 4 when you throw out a bounce immediately left.
yeah. Tough to say if he's in bounds or not. And
good line, just height was terrible. Stays in bounds, though. Got kind of lucky there. Yeah, like I said in the first round, you just want to get as much distance as possible off the tee pad here in order to make that second shot, which is fairly scary, as easy as you can. GT mashing on perhaps a D1, D2, or maybe even a D3. I'm not entirely sure on the Ds.
I think the D3 is one of the better. The D2 and the D3 are the longer distance, better flyers for a lot of these guys.
Okay. Yeah, Randy staying in bounds, but definitely now just playing for par. Yeah, good position. Yeah, scary run with the backhand because the tree line on the right side is out of bounds. That was amazing from GT. The commitment, the trust on that disc for it not to go too far right. And Marwede a little out of position here. Gonna bust out that big sidearm. Gives himself a chance.
Probably better position than he thought he was going to be in. As we get over to Kyle here, he's kind of pinched behind this tree. Going to get himself in a good position to get up and down for his bar.
Yeah, nice little safe shot. Taking his medicine.
I think this is a good hole to do that on. As I feel like it's a lot easier to get bogey than it is to get birdie here.
I agree.
As we see that shot coming to rest, but flirting with that left side OB.
This is a pretty safe basket to give it a run. Anything past kind of hits the hill behind it. Anything before just rolls down to it.
Oh. Thought we were about to see a big one from Marwede to start this round.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a couple at least.
Oh.
Yeah, a bit of a nervy putt there. I know he was a bit nervous coming into this round, being on the lead card. But hopefully it's something he can tame.
GT Hancock right back in there with 2 in a row.
Heck yeah. Getting to under par for the round. Only one back from the lead. Well, he was out of bounds.
Oh, wow.
So right there, tied with the lead.
Okay. Just like that.
There we go.
At Discraft, we don't wait to see what the future holds. We build it. The future is in your hands.
Great Lakes Disc, located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, is a fully stocked retail disc golf store that fulfills all of your disc golf needs. We carry all of the major manufacturers, accessories, and offer player and event sponsorship, along with tournament payout assistance. To learn more about Great Lakes Disc, visit greatlakesdisc.com.
All right, hole 4. 364 feet, par 3. OB on that left side there with the tall grass. You do have a little bit of a low ceiling if you're going up this gut here, but it is the premier route. Big forehands or lefties will sometimes take the outside route above the trees.
Yeah, this is a common right-hand backhand play, and it looks like GT just did it perfectly. Just a slower fairway down, maybe even a mid-range if you want to pump it. Down the middle, have it turn slightly, and finish out towards the basket. And Kyle's saying, I like that route. Great. Got a little lucky through those branches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low tree love, but we'll take it, right?
And Andrew's going to showcase his power here, going left side high. It doesn't look that long, but it's still a 364-foot hole, and he is adding a lot of distance by doing this shot. He's got to push forward while still moving right.
Comes up short again.
Yeah, It's makeable for that guy, though.
It's very makeable, but I was thinking he'd be closer to the basket with what he's got.
He probably was, too.
Oh, what a shot there. Good bounce back from Randy.
Yeah. Ooh. All right. Showing some chinks in the armor there.
Yeah.
Well, my apologies. On the last hole, Randy was out of bounds as well. I didn't see the graphics there. But he got a bogey. I thought there was a three-way tie at 19, but now it's all over the place.
We're coming back.
Yeah. Hole number 5, 404 feet, par 3. There's really only one way to attack this hole, and it is high right, hyzer. Try to miss all these trees, land on the green. If you're a lefty, perhaps you'll throw a sidearm or a big turnover. But this is the common play you'll see right here.
That looks pretty good. It's going to bring this last tree into play. And wow. Pushes deep.
Yeah, I didn't think from the height he'd be pushing deep on that, but
No.
GC's got some power. Yeah, they're going a lot lower than I'm used to seeing on this hole. Usually people test the right side trees and with something fast and overstable. Yeah, something like this. This looks a little wide.
Oh, buddy.
Buttery.
That's a good one. Inside the bullseye. Marwede showing that he does also have quite a good backhand. With putting this one next to the bucket. Nice shot, Andrew Marwede.
That is decent. Ooh.
Ooh.
Probably not even close to going in, but from the camera angle, it looked pretty.
Just a couple of AMIs over here.
Ooh. Andrew Marwede, he's got some strong hair.
Yeah, he's got some flow going on.
Yeah, with that wind's going.
It's nice.
Dreamy.
A couple tap-in birdies from the boys there, Randy and Andrew. GT's going to get his par.
And it kind of looked like Andrew was going to just pop off in the beginning and take control, but everyone's still pretty close.
Yeah, this is exciting. This is good disc golf. Hole 6, though, 1,000-footer, par 5. If you can land to this left side of the fairway, it's going to put you in good position. With enough power, you can go for the eagle like we saw from Luke Taylor on day 1. But most players, if you throw 3 good chip shots in between 330 to 350 range, you're going to give yourself a look for birdie.
You just want to push a hyzer out there as far left as you can get it so it opens up the second shot.
This is extremely high. Almost landing on that FPO tee pad.
Yeah, kind of risking the skip into OB, but it stays in. Marwede testing the trees on the left. Those things will suck you in. They are mean.
Yeah, and to mention, if you do hit and drop before the gap, you actually proceed to the FPO tee pad with a stroke penalty.
Not again, dude.
Yeah.
Oops.
But, yep. He wants that back. That was just a misfire.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there. Still a save par from the FPO pad.
That's a fairly soft par 5. It only takes a couple good shots to get a par on this hole. Also, it's 1,001 feet, not 1,000 feet, just to correct your initial mistake.
Oh, thank you. Look at this, though. That is going to put him in a good position.
A solid stroke from Randy.
And here's that short pad that GT now has to throw from. Putting a good move on that one, getting it to drift right.
I think he wanted a bit more height on that one. I think he was trying to go for a little more than he got.
Workable, though. He can get up and down from there. Andrew's second.
Yep, just pitch up into those trees.
It's good sidearm territory there for another sidearm.
Good line from Kyle here. Wants that to flex back. Yeah, that's great. And good second shots from the group.
Yeah, as you can see, that quite a large second landing zone. It's just kind of what you want to do with this shot here. And as you see, he got actually closer to the middle and dealing with very low ceilings, unfortunately.
Looks like Randy's going the same way, maybe a bit more right, looking for that skip. That tree right there by the basket is mean. If you hit it, you are not bouncing towards the basket.
You bounce back and bounce out.
Yeah, our group finding, yeah, go ahead.
You really want to push this outside fairway the entire time, just because, as you can see, all of our players kind of funneled to this middle, and no one really has a great approach here. GT with what looks to be like the best approach towards the basket there, being, you know, only 50 feet further than most of our group.
Yeah, there's a bunch of gaps, but they're all low ceiling, and they're all very tight. Come on.
Oh, what a run from Kyle. Oh. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Let's go, Andy. Absolute monster putt.
Wow. That one is going to get him going, I bet, here. That's got to be like 90 feet.
With trees in his face.
Oh, my. That is so filthy.
Yeah, that's a round starter right
Wow.
there. That is a round starter. Amazing.
It's another one where it's in like a little bit of a bowl, so you can run it a little harder than normal, and run it he did, folks. Getting a birdie from, I got to say like 90 feet probably.
Yeah, that was a monster putt. Good pickup from Marwede there. Getting big putted from 90 feet. Randy, unfortunately. Great par save from GT there.
Great par save.
I love watching big putts.
Yeah. Truly, my favorite thing about disc golf is the flight of the disc.
You
Whether
like
it's a
big
putt
putts.
or a throw, just watching that baby fly.
Oh, yeah.
Hole 7, the hardest hole on the course, 830-foot par 4. You have OB lining the right and left. Players can get down to that middle there. You're going to be able to attack, but it's a pretty hard green to get into. Not a lot of birdies out here this weekend so far.
Yeah, this hole used to play as a soft par 5. They changed it to a par 4 to make it a little bit more fair. Still a very hard par 4.
Yeah. I do like the hole personally, whether it's par 4 or par 5, doesn't really matter to me. But in my opinion, very good hole.
Connecting with a little bit of the tree there, it's still a good shot.
I personally feel playing that like up the middle route without going over top like GT's trying to do here, it takes away really the opportunity for birdie unless you really, really throw the disc quite a ways.
That's a horrible position that he's found himself in right behind that tree. He got kind of lucky through the trees on that drive to get as far as he did. And none of the players really getting off the tee pad too well.
I don't know if anybody's really in position to attack for birdie here. So we see Kyle throwing down the fairway. That needs to get down, and I think that one's going to go out of bounds there. So Andrew is probably, 500 feet from the basket?
About that. Yeah, he's trying to just lay up to the mouth of the gap to make that par as easy as possible. Still kind of a testy little approach.
I
Just a
mean,
few
I was going to
trees,
say,
yeah.
that was a good throw, and he's still, 150 to the basket.
The thing with this green is there's a few trees at the mouth of the opening that can really just mess up your shot. Then as you enter the gap, there's a few more trees. So you got to be precise and have some good distance control. Yeah, GT onto that tree.
Yeah, if he's 10 feet further, maybe even 5 feet further, he's able to, make a decent run for the gap and go
Or
for his
5
birdie.
feet back, 5 feet left, 5
Yeah.
feet right. Really anywhere but where he is. Decent second shot, but it just sucks that it takes away his chance at a birdie. Yeah.
Nice. Good accuracy to get himself inside the circle there. I think that'll be a save bogey.
Picture perfect from GT.
Lovely. Following those vapor trails. Ooh, pushing a little deep, but
He's got that.
should be no worries for Andrew. Oh, and look at that. I would
pretty good.
have loved that for par each day.
Yeah, me too.
Loved it.
I think I threw 50 feet off the tee pad into a tree. I was having a rough final round.
I'm gonna say not ideal starting
No.
point on this hole.
Nope. I think I might have been over par at this point, but we're not talking about me, sorry.
Nope. We've got these four gentlemen here.
Yeah,
that
who are
are-
actually playing good golf.
So this is Andrew's putt for par here. Probably just inside the circle, a pace or two.
A little high.
A little high, but gets it to go.
Yeah.
Keeping him at 3 under for the round.
Yeah, and a par losing 0 strokes to anybody, essentially. It's a good score to get on this hole. Hole 8, par 3, 230 feet. One of the silliest holes on the course. There's a couple gaps you can hit. The right gap, hit that little dirt patch there, have a good skip. There's the middle gap, which is a bit more risky if you hit a tree. There's OB on the left low. But you're looking for this flex with something a little slower that just settles up by the basket.
And that looks very good. Going a little long,
Yeah.
but just outside the circle is all.
The next tee pad definitely in danger of getting hit.
This one looks tight.
Oh,
But
whoa.
getting through everything. Wow.
Didn't know that was a possibility.
New line that we
Yeah.
just found.
Yeah, GT kind of making that error that most people make, just hitting those trees, throwing a little bit too low, not getting that skip forward.
As long as you get to that line of trees, you at least still have a putt. Not a lot of stroke separation happening on this hole.
No. Dang.
GT from about 45.
Yeah, this putt very makeable.
Oh, there we go.
Told ya.
Well deserving of a rewind. Strong side, a
Very
little
nice.
high, but that one's in all day, baby.
Let's go GT.
Gets him to 3 under on the round.
Do you know that his name is actually Gran Turismo Hancock?
I did not know that.
Yeah. I actually don't know his first and middle name. I just know him as GT. Andy from a distance getting the jump off the front rim and in the bucket. He's on a good pace right now.
Yes. He's on that 50-50 train again, getting half the birdies. It's always good when you're getting at least half.
Yes, sir. Randy with a park job. Man, what a line.
So sweet. But here we are, hole 9, 492 foot, par 4, a true two-shot hole. You're going to need to land close to this mouth somewhere and then have either a turnover or sidearm in. You can skip to the basket. You've got a couple trees there that you need to navigate, but shouldn't be an issue for these top players.
This looks a little low and a little right. It's got to get some massive skip to get in position.
It's fine. Not great, but fine.
I think next year I'm going to make an effort to drive this green, or at least try to attempt it in practice to see if it's possible. This looks perfect from Randy, looking right down that gap. Good distance.
You're going to like the way you look.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Better than where my shots landed.
Yeah, a lot of shorter par 4s out here. A lot of two-shot holes. What do you think about that? Are there too many easy, soft par 4s out here, or do you think it's a good number?
Oh, that's a tough question. Because what would you do without them? Like, would you throw from the women's tee pads and call them par 3s? Like, how would
I
you
just split them all up into two, make a 27-hole course, and have a bunch of par 3s.
So make it even more birdie or die?
Yeah. 27 down's a good score.
Sick.
Yeah. Good upshot there.
I think if it was just a little more challenging on these two shots, that would be my preference. But I also don't mind them how they are, because it does require two shots. It's not like there's the top players that can throw all the way to the basket like there is on some courses.
Yeah.
So I don't mind them.
Oh, Randy's showing off that touch.
Oh my goodness. Park's another one for birdie.
He is a smooth player. It's fun to watch.
GT grabbing another one before he heads to the back nine, getting him 4 down on this front.
Yeah, and staying in contention. Yeah, Kyle falling a bit behind. He has 9 holes to make it up, though.
I know there was 3-way tie at the beginning, but I do feel, Marwede is kind of the pacer for this group. That if you can either stay within or, above him through, first 12 holes or so, you're going to find yourself in a position to play for that win at the end of the event.
And I think historically speaking, Marwede is that guy to watch on rounds like this where you have to make some moves. He's proven himself in the past to be that guy that makes those moves.
And taking a look at our card here, 5 down, 4 down, 4 down, 2 down. Pretty good start for most of these players. They want to pick it up a little bit going into this back nine with it opening up a little bit. And join us there on this Championship Sunday. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you there.
See you later.